Yeah, so yesterday was a pretty cool day. Um, well, unfortunately, I learned that Ozzy passed, and I had an emotional moment this morning a little bit because I just saw a week or two ago. Um, I saw Jack Black do the cover, the Mr. Crowley cover, and then I watched a little tribute because I guess his last concert was like a few weeks ago, which is you know kind of makes things a little bit more emotional on that level. And my brother, he also was like, a fan of Black Sabbath and the music. Where I there was a few songs like I think Crazy Train. That was the one for me that I always think of, like for the Ozzy era. Like I definitely remember working outside and hearing that on like 95.9 around here. Like just that's one of those songs that would just be like throughout the day you're either lifeguarding or working out outside somewhere and that comes on, all dirty and stuff from like landscaping or whatever. Um, but yeah, that was a little bit, and it was my friend Rick's birthday. I actually reminisced about the old times that we used to have, like the outside barbecues and all the beach sunsets. We usually do like a little barbecue, like usually, yeah, just like a beach barbecue, which were always my favorite. Watch the sunset, have a couple beers, stuff like that. Well, back in the day, I had too many, not too many beers back in the day. Where yesterday I had like a beer, like I said I wasn't gonna drink, but then I cracked open one of our traditional beers we drink together, and yeah, it took me 4 hours to get through it. Oh, well, the reason why I went back to drinking is because I'm not that same person anymore. I can't deal with that. My body, I already put it through a lot of stress. I got this medal from one of the 5Ks that I ran last night. That kind of put me in a better mood. And yeah, I hit a really good pull up set. I hit a really good pull up set that I was also happy about. Like it was, I'll probably put it at the end of this video. Oh, am I getting a visitor? Am I getting a visitor? Who is it? Celebrity. Celebrity coming in the house. Sashi girl. Sashi, I know my floor's a mess. We're working on it. Okay. Sashi girl's coming to visit. I gotta take her for a walk in a minute, so I'll try to just speed this up. Yeah, so the Ocean Running Club, they held a really cool little race right around the corner from me for a few bucks. I actually got to run this 5K, and yeah, they had some pizza there. I think they had some beers there, but I wasn't gonna go there. I had to drive home, so I wasn't even gonna chance. Like I said, I think one of the guys was really nice. He said, "Hey, I got some beers in the cooler here," and I was like, I'm not gonna ask. But yeah, I had some pizza. They had some really good watermelon and stuff at the end of the race. Like I didn't even think they had a couple of young kids there that I had to hang with to get this medal. Like I was like, I tried to hang with the first place, but I'm like, no way, I can't handle that. So I ended up in second place. But it was good because I was running with these kids for a little bit at least. The whole way there was two kids and one dropped behind me that I was kind of running behind, and but it was just good because they look twice as young as me. They look in shape, they look good looking, and it just made me feel good to be out there running with them. And I also saw some familiar faces that I know from the beach that I go to that was there, that was really nice. And just everybody at the race was really nice and helpful, like letting me understand what the course was. It was like a small little community run, which I'm like, I like that kind of vibe, to be honest. And it looked like you had some old timers there, like still putting in miles, and I'm like, geez, I don't know if I'll ever make that, but like, at least I have a goal for when I do get older, and just to always try to push through whatever you're going through. And yeah, that helps. That's kind of like my therapy. But yeah, I'm really happy for my medal. My mom also came to the race, which was really nice. And she supported me. And yeah, just thankful if anybody was there that supported me in my own, they, whether they want to say they know me or not, that's fine. But like, yeah, it's very reminiscent of like, I guess I'm missing that paddling vibe. Like I really got into canoe paddling back in Hawaii, and that was like becoming my lifestyle too, on top of all these things that I try to keep relevant with. And yeah, like I miss that kind of vibe, that kind of atmosphere. But you know, that's life, and that's just something like, even I still watch races today of like the outrigger canoe paddling, the regattas. Regattas are still kind of fun to watch. The distance is, I think the distance races in outrigger are the funner races, but like they're long, they're, you know, it's just, I think I like watching like the sprinting, the regatta sprinting. I think that's more my style. Unless I'm going to be in a race, I think I'd rather be in a distance race, just hammering, trying to hammer for like 20 miles or whatever, you know, and just, you know, being on the escort boat and shouting at the people as they're doing their race, and before you alternate, switch in and out. Like, yeah, there's all that, that I miss. The canoe paddling for sure. But like I said, I have other things in my life, surfing. You know, I have my running, I have my calisthenic routine that I do. I have my projects around the house. I have, you know, I have other people in my life that are trying to negotiate what I'm going through too, which it's interesting, but I just have to be optimistic and positive and thankful for the things that have been given to me. Still, you know, I have a roof over my head. I'm sleeping a lot better than I did a few weeks ago, you know, when I was crammed up in the truck, and that's just, you know, phases that you go through. So, yeah, and I'm looking forward to getting some more projects done. I scrubbed the outdoor deck. That's a nice little zone out there. We just never use it. So maybe I might start spending some time out there now that I'm cleaning it up. You know, just making it look nice. It's like a nice little, like, all these trees since I was little, they grown in so big, you know. This whole neighborhood, it looks like a park, because when I first moved to this neighborhood back in the early 90s, it was just a big hole in the middle. I think this is actually on top of a quarry. But now where all this kind of dirt and sand and construction once stood, it's almost like walking through a park when I come through the neighborhood that I've, you know, and I mean, I was gone for about 15 years in Hawaii, so I missed a lot of the growth. But like, oh my God, like the places where there were no trees, there's trees like almost 100 foot tall. Like, and it's just crazy to see that. Um, and yeah, just what I'm going through, and looking forward to doing the rest of my day. And I'll put that pull up set in too, in the maybe, yeah, right after this video, because I was really happy with that set as well that I did. Aside from uh, getting my award, and yeah, just having a good day yesterday.